I just want probably if you guys could tell us a little about the current situation. So what's going on and how we can be helpful in your struggle.
To try to put it all in one little thing, it's impossible. There is so many things going on. There are so many different ways that they are attacking our people that we couldn't begin to even expose what's going on.
We went through a lot. A lot was destroyed, but we are reestablishing the 49 families, which is the basis of the Rodinosuni, and we've. I believe that we have made a lot of progress because it's based on our natural affiliation with each other and our families, and that's where our power comes from our families.
In my language, when we talk about Kahwajida, is our fire. Our family is our fire. Each and every one of us is an ember. And when we all come together, we create the flame. We intensify the heat when our family is strong, when our family gathers.
A system that we have, the consensual decision-making process, which is a brilliant system of everybody having a voice and everybody being equal, and using everybody's mind together so that we can resolve issues. Now this Guyana Goa, which is translation is the great way. It's called the Great Law of Peace. But it is the way that we put together, or our ancestors put tools for us to use in order to come together to make decisions. I think that people don't understand that about us. That for a long, thousands of years, that was our way. It is still our way. And now we have young people wanting to learn the language.
J'ai grandi dans les écoles turques, comme vos enfants, peut-être comme vous aussi. J'ai pas pu apprendre ma langue maternelle. Mes amies, elles allemandes, elles parlent mieux que moi ma langue maternelle. Mon amie iranienne, monsieur, il parle très bien. Et pour ça, j'ai des difficultés de comprendre. Mais quand je regarde à vous, quand je lis vos histoires, quand je vous écoute, moi aussi je vois qu'on a vécu la même chose. Vous avez vécu il y a 500 ans, dans les années 1500-1600, avec les arrivées européennes. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Nous vivons encore dans nos pays, en Turquie, en Syrie, en Iran, en Irak.
I think that even people that maybe have been grown up in the so-called mother tongue language, they don't really speak their mother tongue because they speak a language which is created by capitalist system. Mm-hmm. It is created by patriarchal mentality. So for example, we as women, we don't speak our language. We speak the language of this capitalist system. So we all lost our language.
What role does a woman play in Kurdish culture?
Les femmes, c'est la vie pour nous. C'est la nature, les femmes, les enfants sont précieux. Mais les graines est dans notre cœur, la terre-mère est en nous. Personne ne peut le récupérer, personne ne peut le prendre.
I mean, there are different forces of women's self-defense in Rojava, in the Kurdish region of Syria, and they're staying there to defend both their rights and the land's rights.
For example, ISIS' way to make war was always to kill all the men and to try to colonize the women. I think this is something that everywhere we have experienced. For example, in Europe, they killed and they raped and killed so many women as witches. They killed them. They were the one that had the connection to the nature. So, and what in Rojava we try to do is we try to build up a system of communes, of councils to come together as people and to talk about problems and then to develop solutions for these problems.
This new philosophy of the Kurdish movement by Öcalan is saying that we are all guests on this land, so we can't own it. We can only just take care of it and preserve it.
Your philosophy sounds exactly like ours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Our connection with the earth is the important thing. That we're getting our instructions right from the earth, as the women, and as the women that feel the vibrations and all the things that have to be done, that we're supposed to do to help our people to survive. Now, the question is, how do we take all the energies that we all have, that we're born with, how do we take all that energy and use it to help our mother and to help each other? How do we do that? What are we going to do?
This island here, everybody called Montreal. My language, we call it Joni Jog. It means a place where the people broke up. That no longer are the people together. That was a gathering place. And it was a main gathering place of our women. The men used to come, but the real reason for gathering was always the women. They would work always to preserve the peace among all people. They would work to help to resolve the problems people had. If you look at every land in the world, all the things that were brought into our communities, among our people, all the wrongs, the men brought. The mothers never brought things to hurt the children. They never brought the things that would hurt the grandchildren. It was always the men. Because the men forgot that they do not determine what happens on the land. That's why what he mentioned, it's time that the women of the world start to get together and sit down and you decide what changes we will make. Because you women have the power. You have the power to make the men straighten out and do what they're supposed to do.
In our history, we did not organize ourselves as good, and we did not protect our society enough. So now what they did is to organize self-defense forces to stand against ISIS. They understood, okay, we can learn, for example, from a rose, as pretty as we are, but we also have to open our doors to defend ourselves. This is also, of course, the big pain of losing so many people. The big pain, there's still nearly 5,000 women in the hands of ISIS.
You see, my grandfather said, he says, do not allow them to take your mind.
Cara seri bakın çok karın varın gelher